now. That's right, family. We got Brother Ashra Kwesi coming up live and direct. Our guest, our historian, our legend teacher, and much more. Make sure you contact him at Kemet New at sbcglobal.net. And you can also send a PayPal via that. And don't forget his website, www.sbcglobal.net. We'll be back after this, and Dr. and Baba Ashra Kwesi will be up at 7 o'clock sharp right here on the East Coast.
Hey, this is King Simon. Remember, make sure you go to my website, kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com, or Linktree at King Simon the Numeral Beta. Get all 4 of my books, and of course, that's the Numeral Ovation for Mental Stability. Numbers are simple, people are complicated. Numbers are simple, children's health is important, and no promotion is bad promotion. Just spell my name right. Make sure you get them now on all my links. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. Go now.
On Sunday, October 9th in Stone Mountain Village from 2 to 7 p.m., Papa Ashra Kwesi and the Red Pillar will be in Stone Mountain. Get your tickets through Linktree / King Simon the Numerator or text now at 347-496-1022. Get your tickets now. It's the Numerovational session with King Simon. Text your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022, and get my books on Amazon now. Hey, remember, you can get my books also through Linktree. That's right, you can get my books also through Linktree. That's right, tonight we got the Baba himself, Ashra Kwesi. Hasn't been on in a while, haven't been to Georgia since 2019. Man, and he never been on Stone Mountain, so he's going to be speaking on Stone Mountain for the first time. That's right. You know, he's going to be at this event. So if you want to get your tickets right now, you can go through you can actually go get your tickets right now online through Linktree / King Simon the Numerator. That's the Linktree right there on the bottom / King Simon the Numerator. Right? Okay, so make sure you go to that particular website and find. Don't forget, this coming Sunday, we have the one, the only Vicky Dillard coming in. Healing Journey Continues. That's right, Vicky Dillard will be in the building on September 25th. October 2nd, we got the one, the only Baba, my brother, the legend, Asir, the Duke of Tears, happening right here, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3 p.m. Pacific Time, the changing of the gods. We are the new elders. That's right, talking about you, me, and everybody else. And don't forget, we got Dr. Alicia Watkins, the beautiful wife of Dr. Boyce Watkins, is coming in. We're going to be talking about relationships and narcissism and all that stuff. So make sure y'all tune in on Thursday, October the 6th. That's a special report because, you know, I usually do my events on Wednesdays and Sundays. I usually do my broadcast. So we're going to have this beautiful sister on. Don't forget, if you are in the New York area, that's right, if you are in the New York area this weekend, make sure you support Zaza Ali at Nicholas, Brooklyn. That's Zaza Ali Live in Nicholas, Brooklyn. 1396 Fulton Street in Brooklyn, New York. Make sure you get your tickets fast right now. Early bird tickets are at zazaali.com. That's zazaali.com. Make sure you show us some love, all right? And don't forget, again, of course, October 8th, we're going to be doing this with Red Pill and Baba Ashra Kwesi, Ancient African History and the Origin of Masonry and Masonic Orders. You're going to find out why a lot of these Christian pastors and reverends are wearing these Masonic symbols or have them all over the church or different places in different disguises. So Baba Ashra Kwesi is going to be dropping it hot. So make sure you go to Linktree / King Simon the Numerator, or text me and I will send you the link, Cash App link, PayPal link, just in case you don't want to go through Eventbrite. It is what it is. Man, today we had tried the food of Queen's Cuisine Atlanta. We had a good time. My two sons, Rhonda, Adara Moselle was in the building. We had a good time tasting the food, and the food is going to be excellent. She's the only one providing food and some vegan food. Very good plant-based food is going to be there at the Ashra Kwesi. Looking for more vendors. If you're a vendor and you're not vending food or drinks, come on out and have a good time with us. We're going to have a good time over there in Stone Mountain Village at 5380 East Mountain Street in Stone Mountain, Georgia. All right. Don't forget, my brothers are having a big event. That's right. Big up to KT, Mr. G, and of course, Victor Bowman is going to be having a big event on November the 26th. So make sure you support that. Go to the website right there on the top of the flyer. They're going to show you some love. And they got some early bird tickets. I should be in the house. A lot of us going to be in the building if I'm not in Florida, because you know I don't like no cold, and I know Georgia get a little cool out here. Also, I'm going to be in Florida, right? I've decided to make it a one-day event. So people who want to come out, the early bird tickets right now is $111.11 for only Sunday, December the 4th in Fort Lauderdale. We'll be in the beach, and then we're going to the venue. We'll also be doing a live stream if you want to experience that, but we will not be doing a live stream at the venue. And more than likely, Billy Carson will not be at the venue. He'll only be at the beach doing the remote viewing and helping us out and guiding us through the remote viewing and all that. But Ellison Nedra is expected to be there. Dina Devine is expected to be there. And Joshua Sarah. And of course, yours sincerely, King Simon, will be there also. Don't forget, one of our vendors, the one, the only, my brother, Professor Griff, will be selling his new books and all his other books. You Are the Song You Sing. That's right, his new children's books. Make sure you come on out and see Professor Griff at this event. He'll be vending at this event, but make sure you get the new book, or you can give him a call at 678-557-2919. That's 678-557-2919 if you want a signed copy of the book. Okay, big up to Dina Devine because she has the statement Teas for vegans. Make sure you go to teas-n-tings.com. That's teasandtings.com. Make sure you show us some love, all right? And once again, look out for the new journalist, writer, activist, Majida Majid. She is a new journalist, and we're going to be making sure we show her love. She just written a great blog on my website called KingSimonProductions.wordpress.com, and she was doing a blog and critique of the movie The Woman King. So that's going to be powerful. I'm also making a critique the to critique the movie Little Mermaid too, because I know they're getting a lot of hate right now. So big up to that. Lloyd Strayhorn, Lloyd-Strayhorn.com. Make sure you hit him up. Lloyd-Strayhorn.com. Enough respect to Lloyd-Strayhorn.com. Go to his website right now and get his books, take his services, get his newsletter, all of that, and take his classes. Don't forget. Also, my classes are on Udemy.com. I got a 2-hour class on Udemy.com. Make sure you put in the word numerovation, and you'll get directly to my class right there on Udemy. Also, don't forget, if you want the full course meal, 8 hours, raw, uncut course, $333 right now, but next year is going up to $444. So if you want that raw, uncut class where you can learn holistic numerovation yourself, that's what I'm all about, man. Don't perpetrate, don't run away from it, don't hesitate. If you want any of my books, please go through Linktree/King Simon the Numerovator, or go to Amazon. But it's faster to go through Linktree, okay? Don't forget, text me your full name and date of birth. If you want to book a session with me, text me your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022, 347-496-1022. I'm in October right now. September is totally booked. I'm into October right now because it is what it is. We're going to show you love. Remember, the study of numbers, numerology, is applied mathematics. Learn how to apply your numbers, and they will guide you. All right, before we get ready to bring me on, and then Baba is coming in soon, content disclaimer. Views, comments, and opinions expressed by guest speakers or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. Disclaimer, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Are you ready, my family? Oh, man. Thank y'all for watching, of course. Thank y'all for watching. Yo, brother, as I'm getting ready to come in and show out. Hey, 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 hey. What up? What up, Facebook? What up, YouTube? What up, my other Facebook channel? What up to all my Instagram followers? What up to all my YouTube followers that might not be watching this till later? Big up to all the nightly people and the daily people and all those people that are just doing what they love to do. Who is in my chat today? Woo! Yeah, y'all ready? I don't know if y'all ready for Baba Kwesi because he hasn't been on my show in a while. All right, I see. Leroy Maxwell, what's up? Ike Chukwu. Big up. Big Black Ace, what's up? Selena, what's up? Buck Watson, what's up? Always, what's up? Dr. Angela, Ashe, my girl, what's up? Congratulations, Dr. Angela getting married. Big up to Dr. Angela and her husband, Wayne, her fiance. They about to get married soon. Also, big up to One Love. What up, One Love? All right, y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. All right. Turn it down. I pay these people to applaud me, so I don't want to disrespect them. Everybody gets $1. Everybody gets $1 from me. So once you applaud, you get $1. All right, look. I got 2 rules. The 2 rules are: please thumb up, share, and like this broadcast to build the algorithm. Remember, sharing is caring. Yes. Remember, sharing is caring. And of course, I have another rule. Of course, y'all know the other rule now. Respectfully, this is a troll-free zone. So trolls, please take a stroll somewhere else. Thank you, trolls. Bye. If you can't stay here and behave yourself, you got to go. All right. Another rule I have: please save your questions until we ask for it. Thanks for watching. Yes. Be patient. We will put up something like this. This is what we will put up. We will put up this. Please write one question in the chat. But right now, please save your questions until we ask for it. And if you want to spread love, this is what you can do: is spread love via the Brooklyn way. Spread love via the Brooklyn way via Cash App. Keep the machine running. I am a proud content creator. You want to keep the machine running and keep us paying for these bills and all this stuff, because we got to take it. I paid for this stream, y'all, for the whole year. Yeah, I paid one price for the whole year. I ain't got no time to be playing games and paying it every month and all that kind of stuff. So look, $ King Simon 3158 or paypal.me/King Simon, or you know what it is. All right. So spread love. That's the Brooklyn way. The next person we got coming up soon, the historian. If you want to show him some Cash App love, that's his email: kemetnew@sbcglobal.net. Use email for PayPal. That's right. Use that same email for PayPal. But make sure if you want to go on any of his trips with the legendary Ashra Kwesi, all you have to do is go to his website. This is his website: sbcglobal.net. That's sbcglobal.net. Make sure you go to that website and show him some love. Go to his Ethiopian trip. Take his Kemet trip. Baba Ashra Kwesi is doing it out there in them streets. All right? Doing it out there in the streets. So how's your week so far? Today is hump day. You know what hump day is? That means everybody get a chance to go and hump. Don't follow me. Woo! That was good. Orange juice mixed with some cranberry, raw, unfiltered cranberry juice. So yes, Baba Ashra Kwesi is coming up. And how's everybody out there in the world today? Yes. What up? Kemetic Kenya _Kenya. What's up? All right. Mr. Greer, what's up? Toshia, what's up? Jermaine, what's up? That's right. Happy birthday. Enjoy your birthday, Lightfoot. We doing what we got to do. Keep it light on your foot. You know what it is. Your brother King Simon is in the building. Of course, I am enjoying my day today. We had a great time at the place. If you go on my IG, you see all the food that we was tasting today. We tasted a few wraps. We had some soup. We had peach cobbler. We had some entrees. And that sister will be cooking for the event. She is the official chef for the event that day. Yes, for the Ashra Kwesi event. So give Queen's Cuisine a well-deserved round of applause. She'll be cooking for us for this Ashra Kwesi event. Holistic food. I see Baba right in the background, getting ready to go to him momentarily. Now, family, we got a major event coming in. And I don't think y'all understand how important it is to honor our elders in every fashion. I see a lot of young folks disrespecting elders, and they don't realize that one day they might be elders, and some of these they not living to even to be elders nowadays. But one day you might be an elder, or you are older than somebody at this time. So you got to be very careful who you disrespect. One day somebody be disrespecting you, because what goes around comes right back around and smack you right in the darn face. But I am honored that our dear Baba have chosen to come on this day that we're going to be doing the interview, but also coming to Georgia on Sunday, October 9th. Opening the show will be myself and High Heels. We'll be doing a libation for the ancestors. And then Red Pill will be on to open up the show, and then Baba is gonna tear this mother out, and that's gonna be on Stone Mountain for the first time. He'll be in Stone Mountain. He's been in Georgia now. He's spoken in Georgia before, but he's never been on Stone Mountain. And we're gonna be at this Black-owned and operated venue. We want to welcome right here on the virtual stage of King Simon Presents the one, the only Ashra Kwesi. What's up?
Hotep, Netsu Simon.
Hotep, Mama, how you been, sir?
I'm still rising like Ra to live again, brother.
That's what we doing here, sir. That's what it's all
360 degrees living perpendicular, you know?
That's right. That's right. Tell the world from the back to the front. To the people in the back, brother. Well, I'm so honored to see you, of course, and give honors to your beautiful wife and family and all the greatness that she's doing and what you're doing, man. And I know you had a wonderful trip, and you're back in the Americas, huh?
Yeah, back here on the other side, you know, another wonderful trip. You know, we started back up again in 2021. It was a great journey. You know, we 2020 because of COVID.
Yes.
But this makes 41 years now, brother. It seems like it's doesn't even seem that long.
41 years. Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? Oh, no.
41 years. Returning back to the northeast corner, brother.
That's right. And
the light of the knowledge came from the books in stone.
Like, you know, Baba, it's always an honor to have you, man. And, people who wants to get on your trips, you can go through his website and find out about the next ones coming up and the great dissertation and lectures that he does also on the trip. I've heard so many great reports about it. I've seen some great pictures, some great stuff that you've put out for years. And this one, for those who don't know who Baba Ashra Kwesi is, please, let's talk to some of these young people, because I got new audience since the last time you came here. So, and they're getting younger, but also they got elders that are turning into elders because they're becoming wiser now. Tell people about your journey and how you got into doing what you're doing, sir. Please.
Well, I have to start with our Grandmaster teacher, peace be upon him, who's now an ancestor, and that's Dr. Yosef Inyakanen, that we affectionately know Dr. Ben.
Yes.
And I met Dr. Ben at Long Beach State back in 1973. At that time, I was in the political Black Power movement and did not know a lot about our story in relationship to history and culture and African spirituality. And Dr. Ben gave a very powerful lecture that day. And after the lecture, I asked Dr. Ben, in fact, when he was walking down the aisle, I stopped him and said, "Can you prove what you said here today?" And he said, "Young man, I can take you back and show you. I can take you back to Africa and show you."
Wow.
And he said, "But above all, we need people like you to go back and do the field research, okay, and not to get caught up in the armchair scholarship."
Yes.
And he walked away. So that became my dream, to return back to Africa. Right. And I made that journey with him back in 1981. That was my first trip. And I traveled with him 14 years doing an apprenticeship nonstop with him. And now, like I said, 41 years nonstop.
Man,
so that was the effect that it had on me.
That is so powerful.
Just like you said.
That is powerful.
I like that audience you got there, brother.
Yeah, I paid him, sir. I paid him.
So that was the effect, and above all, the books in stone that goes back countless thousands of years with the knowledge that our ancestors put in the ancient language of the Medu Neter, the oldest language on the African continent. So when I returned back, I was fired up, of course, witnessing everything that I saw there. And my first lecture was at the Black Gnostic Studies Center in Los Angeles, one of the oldest Black bookstores, in fact, in the country. That was headed up by Dr. Lagon and Mrs. Lagon, who are now ancestors now.
Right.
And my second lecture was at the temple number 27 on Crenshaw Boulevard. At that time, it was on Stalker. And at that time, the minister was Rashidin.
Dr. Khalid.
Khalid Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
And he heard that I returned back to Africa. His son went to Marcus Garvey School, peace be upon Dr. Onion Palmer, who started that school, started from preschool and went into a middle school, and he built 2 high schools. So my daughters also went to that school, and Brother Khalid, his son, also went to that school. So I would see Khalid a lot. And he said, I heard you return back to Kemet with Dr. Ben. And I said, yes. And he said, I would like for you to come to the mosque and do a lecture on your experience there.
Wow.
And Brother Khalid had me at the mosque every other month.
Yes.
Lecturing at that time. So we became very good friends during that time, and even went out on a couple operations with him. When I say operations, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir. I know the operations, sir. I've been on some of them operations too, so I know what you're talking about.
So,
you know, but you know, let's not forget. You know, and I tell a lot of my clients that sometimes your mate is not found in America. You might find them elsewhere. So how did you meet your beloved wife, Mary Rock?
Okay,
let's go there.
Right, we're getting into all the stories.
I got to go there because it's there. There's a connection there too, sir. Please.
Well, you know, I mean, we go on this journey called life, brother. So we experience a lot of things, and I've had my ups and downs with it as well.
Yes, sir.
And of course, going through some troubled times back in about 1990, and I was on the trip with Dr. Ben, and I decided to go over to the temple of Amun Ipit Sut, or Amun Ipit Asut, okay, or it was referred to now as the temple of Karnak, okay. And I walked through these massive columns that are 134 columns, 79 feet high, and I called on Amun. The temple was dedicated to him. Amun, I said, I've given praise to thee, I've given homage to thee, and now I find my enemy all around me. I need a netter hemp. That's the Kemetic word for divine wife, to be on my side. And it was in 1992, Mary Ra came with her family on the tour. And her father is a very conscious brother. I mean, she came from a very conscious family. They were activists, and I befriended her father. And of course, you know, his daughter was on the trip, and we became good friends to the point where we actually started dating. She lived in Dallas, I lived in LA. And we started dating, and I realized that my prayers to Amun had been answered.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I returned back to Kemet, Mary Ra and I, and Dr. Ben did our marriage ceremony in the very temple I asked for her.
Wow.
And that's how our journey started. We've traveled the world together, lectured all over the place.
That's right.
As far as Japan, all over the continental U.S. And she, at that time, she was into a lot of information, and I realized when she had a lot of the same books I had, so I knew I was on the right track.
Yeah. Well, let's
fail. So I knew I was in the right place.
Yes, sir.
That started our journey, lecturing together as a netter hemp and netter divine wife.
Yes.
And netter hedge divine husband.
That's
and we conduct the tours together, so you can get both views, okay? And she has a lot of information that she presents in her powerful lectures that she have done over the years, and also for your organization, for you, brother.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Sisters in the Struggle, Tribute to Black Women Liberators.
That's right.
I mean, I remember when she first put together her fashion lecture, blew me away. Because, you know, a lot of times, you know, we brothers, we look at one thing.
That's right.
But we're not seeing the whole picture. As I said, we have the picture, but we miss the details.
Yeah.
That's why we got to have a queen on our side, you know, because we brothers miss a lot of details. If Mary Ra was not with me on this journey, there would be a lot of rough edges.
You're right. But let's give her a round of applause. You know, I got to give her a round of applause. That's the mother. They all honors and respect is due to her all the time, man. All the
yeah, her
time.
environmental lectures and so many
Yes.
areas during that time. So this is back in the 90s and the
Yes, sir.
2000s,
Yes.
before all the social media. We were doing the boots on the ground back then. Okay.
You know, she opened me up to realizing the root of why they created the fur coat. I remember when she
Oh
spoke
yeah,
on that. That's a funny one.
yeah. I think a whole lot of sisters had to take that fur coat and put it in the garbage can after she did her lecture.
Yes, when she drops it, because she drops it plain and simple, but it gets very intricate. And to find out why they wore the fur coat for fleas and all kinds of stuff to get off their skin, it was crazy. And I know y'all have that on your website. I think you have a digital download on
Yeah, we do have the digital download. You know, we don't put everything up on
right, of
on
course.
YouTube because we don't want to become YouTube sharecroppers. That's a brother
That's
named
powerful.
Amon who got the Sankofa. He brought that up and said YouTube sharecroppers.
Right.
So of
No,
course,
that's a powerful.
you put things on there. We have things on YouTube, but we can't put everything on YouTube because they take your stuff down and with stuff that they don't like,
Right.
and all these kind of things. But we do have our digital information as well as DVDs. If somebody wants to have a DVD, they can have it and have it right there and play it at any time.
That's right.
So,
right.
so there's many, and then also her environmental lecture and
Right.
and also the one that she did on advertisement. So a lot of different material she put together. So again, that's why I say my prayers have been answered when I called on Almond.
That's right. And y'all been married for how long?
I've been praying and praying, and my prayers haven't been answered. I always say you might be calling on the wrong God.
On the wrong day. And y'all been together for how long now? How long is it?
29 years.
29 years, going on this 30. Big 3-0 coming up, man. Let's give that a round of applause. Man. Woo. And take us, because you go there on a regular so many times. And what was some of the things that Dr. Ben really emphasized on when you went on his trip? What did he really wanted to tell you young people what y'all need to do when y'all get back home from Kemet and those different Nubia and all those places? What was some of the things that he?
Well, of course, anyone that knows Dr. Ben is has respect for the African woman.
Yes.
And as one of the things that he pointed out and made sure that in fact, is one of his favorite tombs is KV5. That's Ramesu V's tomb, and there he was usurped by Ramesu VI, though. Mm-hmm. But there, he always point out the goddess Nut,
right?
It was goddess of the heavens. And Dr. Ben rocked the church and rocked the synagogue and rocked the mosque when his favorite quote, that the kingdom of heaven is between the legs of the African woman.
Yes, that's right.
So that rocked everybody. And that's where we started lecturing together.
Right.
He'd already, of course, been out there for many years.
Yes.
But the information that I came with the vision, I started with the slide presentation. So when Dr. Ben would say that, then I came and showed Newt and how he was expressing how our ancestors saw the African goddess. So when Pepi II of the Sixth Dynasty, when he said in the Puramaru that the kingdom of heavens was with the goddess Nut.
Yes.
So he put it for us to understand it today. The kingdom of heavens between the legs of the African woman. Like you said, where did we all come from?
Yes, right.
So he put a lot of emphasis on the African woman, putting the emphasis on the African goddess. He made sure that was pointed out. His spiritual dialectical laws of opposites. Okay, one of his powerful books that he put out on the mystery system, in fact. So there, Dr. Ben made sure that was pointed out on all the temples. You can't come to Kemet and not talk about the African goddess. Yes. And again, Mary Ra, when she put together her presentation on the African goddess, the spiritual foundation of Kemet, she brought a lot of Dr. Ben's spirit and information to life in terms of putting that information and dealing with all the spiritual naturts, as they would be called in the Kemetic word for goddess. She put all of them in association with Mutnetchit, or Mother Nature. Yes. And seeing how our ancestors' keen observation of Mutnetchit or Mother Nature and pulling all that together. So in terms of Dr. Ben, that would be the number one emphasis that he put on in terms of relationship to the African goddess,
Great,
and
great.
also how we have got to see that our sisters are the personification of the goddess.
Yes,
And,
yes.
mhm.
Now, people that are just tuning in, we have our dear Baba in the building, Baba Ashra Kwesi. Of course, that's his website that you see right here plastered on the front. And of course, his email. If you want to send a PayPal love, you can use that particular email. He's one of our grandmaster teachers and historians. And Baba, so much is going on right now in the 2022 and the 2000s. A lot of emotionalism, a lot of people trying to debunk or this and all that. And I
That's why
know,
I'm not on the social media a lot,
yeah,
brother.
yeah, I know you don't.
I'm still living in the real world a lot.
Yeah, I know,
Either I'm in Africa or, spending time with my family,
yes.
because that's very important when you go on this journey. Your family, they
Hmm.
can lose a lot by you being away a lot. So
Right,
I try
right.
to take that time now. So what's going on out there now, brother?
Yeah, no. The positive thing is that young people do want to learn, but the negative is that that a lot of misinformation is being thrown out there, and people that go on the ground and go to the temples like yourself.
Mhm.
What do you have to say to these young people? Just like Dr. Penn told you, but in this day and time, instead of depending on YouTube for the information or Gaia or whatever they might be going to, why will you continue to encourage that people come to Kemet, come to the place where your the ancestors are and where they wrote on the wall? Why do you continue to do that? And what would you like them to take it to? Which level would you like them to take it to after you? After you,
Okay, well, I have to use myself as an example, brother.
yes,
I
good.
didn't always know this.
Yes.
Okay. Again, when I made that journey with Dr. Ben in
Hmm.
1981, if someone told me back then, Kwesi, you will travel for over 41 years for the rest of your life, you're going to be on this journey.
Hmm.
Okay, if someone had told me that back then, I may not have believed it at that
Right.
time. Okay, if someone told me that I would take hundreds of brothers and sisters back to Africa, I may not have believed it at that time. Okay, my consciousness at that time was not exposed, okay, to Kemet at that time, even though, I was conscious of the whole political Black Power movement because the Gestapo beats LAPD shooting us down in the street,
Right.
like my friend that was assassinated. So I went through a lot in the 70s. Okay, so of course, when this whole social media comes up, I look at it differently sometimes from people who may not have gone through the 70s or experienced the COINTELPRO and
Right.
all that. I just so so again, uh, misinformation is out there. It's
Yeah.
orchestrated, okay, to be out there to detour
Yes.
a lot of young people away from Africa, away from our ancestral spiritual knowledge, because now it comes up against a lot of the things that people have been taught to believe. They've been brainwashed into a white supremacy Christianity,
Hmm.
white
Hmm.
idolatry, and the worshiping white folks. Okay, so they've been able to maintain their white supremacy system
Right.
mainly through the fact that they have brainwashed black folks to worship them.
Yes.
Okay, so again, going back to Kemet, back to where it all began, and in fact, it didn't. In fact, it didn't even begin in Kemet. Okay, it
Mm.
began in the Kui land. Okay, in the land of the spirits, it took that fallopian tube that I referred to, the Happy Valley. That 4,000, approximately 200 miles, is referred to today as the Now.
Hmm.
Our ancestors carried these spiritual systems that became documented on the books and stones in the areas of Kush. Okay, in the areas of Kemet, and there, brothers and sisters can be in awe
Yeah.
and see our ancestors on the reliefs, as in fact they may even see themselves on the relief. When you look at the phenotypes of African people, one of the things that I love to do
Yeah.
is take young people who return back to us. We do have a lot of young brothers and sisters who return
Good.
back with us,
Good.
and I put them right next to the reliefs. Many of the reliefs that I'm familiar with and I've studied over the years, and brothers and sisters just gasp to see
Mm.
that phenotype of the brother or sister that I may have may be with us. I put them right next to some of those reliefs over there.
Hmm.
And there, so again, many brothers and sisters have gone on to do bigger and better things. Okay,
Hmm.
like I said, I'm an example myself that have returned back to Kemet, and brothers and sisters have set up businesses. So that's the inspiration to
Mm.
returning back to the Taneta land. When I'm speaking of the Taneta land, I'm speaking of the original Holy Land. I'm not speaking of Jerusalem and other places. I'm
Mm.
speaking of the land where it all began. right there in the northeast corner of Africa, where we can have eyewitness account.
Right.
So again, I think this is what opens up, as peace be upon him, Dr. Richard King referred to in his book, Peace Be Upon Him,
Yes.
The African Origin of Biological Psychiatry, a genetic memory bank.
Yeah.
We still have it in us. It's just lying dormant. Okay, many cases is lying dormant through self-hatred, through a lot of negative lyrics, a lot of misinformation that you just talked about that's out there. So by coming back there, we have to read the ancestors' great works, okay, of Dr. Ben, okay, Dr. Cheikh Diop, Dr. George G.M. James, okay, yes, that's the foundation, okay, that we stand on, okay. But again, the book's in stone. When we go back there, here we're seeing the information for an eyewitness account. You're walking in the book, right? You're in the book. We're talking about our ancestors wrote endlessly on the monuments and temples. And you can't walk away from there and just go back and still do, if someone was caught up into a lot of misinformation or crazy information, you can't come back and still continue whatever madness after returning back there. So majority of brothers and sisters who have traveled back with us have gone on to do bigger and better things.
Yes. And and I'm proud of that. I'm proud of all that you've been doing for years upon years. And I know, like I told you, as soon as I get things straight on my side, definitely coming out, because I just, and it's a work in progress, but I know the importance of it because watching people like Dr. Ben and Clark in my day at the Slave Theater and Dr. Khalid, who used to introduce us.
These are warrior scholars too, by the way.
Warrior scholars.
Okay,
No
they're
doubt.
warrior scholars. They're not going to compromise. Okay, the information and sometimes we find ourselves in that situation with this social media. We're afraid that white folks may hear something, might take the site down.
Right. No, and it's serious what's going on out there because I was thinking about it as I was coming into the house, and I said, why would people want to disrespect the elders? Why not just add on? If everybody's not perfect.
It's an agent situation. Like I said, we're agents. There's always been agents, among us. And every time we're going forward, we can't expect that. We got to expect that we're going to have forces out there. It's fit, as our ancestors referred to. These evil forces is going to stop our movement from going forward. I was caught up in the whole agent operation, as you know.
That's right.
Agents, tried to stop us from doing what we were doing about, 10 years ago, who were all up in the camp.
That's right.
Okay, so a lot of people who, if jump out of nowhere, you don't know where they came from. They don't have any links to nobody. We should always question these people.
Always question them.
All right, but we just let these people come in our space. Okay, they may sound good, preach good, and think that it's okay, and find out that these people are out there trying to destroy the whole movement.
Yes, sir. And like I said, I mean, I would never disrespect my own grandfather and grandmother. And that just tells me where they come from. They're not being raised, they're being dragged up.
To the music. I mean, disrespecting sisters, and got sisters even disrespecting themselves.
Yes, sir.
So I mean, we're at war, brother. That's the bottom line. Okay?
Yes, it is.
And this thing is out here. They got those people out here to make sure to keep us in a negative space towards each other. How did slavery work in the first place? So you still keep this self-hatred going on. So that's why we have to keep doing what we're doing.
Yes, sir.
And put out the information, and that way for brothers and sisters who got their mind on tight a little bit can see through a lot of the madness. Okay. And so we have a lot of young people who, in fact, I had a call the other day, a brother who was in prison, who got my DVDs in prison because I started at the grassroots level. Okay.
Yes, sir.
That was my intention from the very beginning. Okay. As Dr. Ben said, don't get caught up in the armchair scholarship. All right. So I started, at the grassroots level in South Central LA. Okay. Like I said before, Temple number 27 and Aquarium Center bookstore, as well as lecturing at Malcolm X Center and many places in the community, making sure that we hit the community, as you have done, brother.
Yes, sir.
And you made sure that you always hit the community. As Bobby Wright said, that's why we've got to have a communiversity. Right? Make sure that we come to the people and bring the information to the people, and they can see it for themselves, and we can always have a connection with the people. These formats are very important. Technology can be used for us or against us.
That's
All
right.
right. But for the most part, we can never let the technology separate us from the people.
Yes.
All right. That's very important. Okay. Because this is where we can pull the spirit of the people in. And that's what we have to do.
And people that are just tuning in, we have Baba Ashra Kwesi in the building. Baba, we got an event coming up right here in Stone Mountain, Georgia. Where it was originally indigenous land, but Confederates are doing what they do. But we know the spirit of our ancestors are still there and strong. A matter of fact, I live right around the corner from one of the ancestral burial grounds, not too far from here. We're speaking on ancient African history and the origin of masonry. This is what you're bringing to, and I know people wanted the Christian stuff out here, but I see a lot of the crescent and
Well, there's a
the
lot
whole.
of lectures. We can't have all the community in one night.
Yeah,
That's
you
why
can't
we
have it all, but I see the symbolism on these cars out here. I see the symbolism heavy on these cars, and I know a lot of pastors and a lot of them believe in the Yorks, and they believe in the Prince Hall. What have you found on the walls of Kemet? And I know you're going to give a great dissertation right here on the ninth. Let me just show them the flyer real quick before you show. This is what's happening, family. Make sure you get your tickets. Get your tickets right now. Don't worry, I'm gonna pull it away from you, Baba. You don't have to talk on it yet. Ancient African history, the origin of Masonry, and the Masonic order, because that's where they get all these symbolisms. And I see a lot of these Masons walking around with these symbolisms, with the pyramids and all that stuff, and the eye and all that kind of stuff. So talk about it, Baba, briefly, because I know you're going to break it down on the night. Go ahead, please.
Well, peace be upon him, as Dr. Ben always said, why do we always got to be the caboose? What white folks do.
Yes.
Okay. The engine, that have run this whole operation, that our ancestors referred to as the Shishata system, that the Greeks called the Mysterion, or the mystery system. Most of what the brothers got and what is referred to as Western Freemasonry is based off of a corruption of the ancient operatives. The operatives are the original builders. They're on the books in stone, as we've been talking about a minute ago, as well as the great Murs, referred to as the pyramids. They're there. You can't find structures like this, in Europe. All right. You got the Parthenon. You can take the Parthenon and put it down inside of the temple of Amenhotep, many times over. But there we can see that the ideas that we see the Western world came up with, the symbolism. We go into this inside of the Cairo Museum. They still have the operative tools, that they use to build the pyramids. When we look at the plumb line, in fact, the symbol of Western Freemasonry is the plumb line in the square. All right, that plumb line is still in the Cairo Museum. Now, I've been lecturing on this for many years around the country, and I noticed that they took the plumb line out of the Cairo Museum, but the print of it is still there on the wall.
That's right.
They're taking some of these symbols from the museum. I don't know if they're putting them in the cellar, hiding them, or whatever. But again, here's a brother who may refer to himself as a traveling man. That's one of the things that the brothers and the Masons say, they are a traveling man.
Yes.
And they want to travel back to the northeast corner.
Right.
Well, unfortunately, unbeknownst to many of the brothers, the northeast corner is right there in Africa, where many of the Greeks who came in, whether that be Thales, whether that be Pythagoras, many of us had to study these Greeks and the deification of Western culture, where he got his theorem and so forth, right there in Africa. They all came there.
Right.
And this is where we see where, unfortunately, the brothers are looking at Israel and Solomon's temple. You can't find Solomon's temple nowhere. They say it used to be there. They say the Wailing Wall is where they go there and give prayers before the wall. Right. The temple here, not the temple, but the great Mur of Eket Khufu is not a used to be. The temple of Ipet is not a used to be. It's right there. You can see it. All right, here you see these massive stones on the outside, 5 tons each and 50 tons each under inner casing. Here's some of the oldest structures on the planet Earth, Brother King Simon.
Yes, sir.
And even though brothers who look at the whole idea of the raising that's spoke of in the 8th degree and Western Freemasonry is speaking of Solomon raising Hiram Abiff. This becomes the foundation of their Western Freemasonry, all right, in the 8th degree. Wait a minute, we have to look at where did this idea of Solomon in the eighth degree, as they refer to it as, is raising Hiram Habib, okay, who was murdered by some of the other operative builders of the temple, okay. Well, that idea is coming from ancient Kemet. Here, the
Yes.
greatest colossal on the planet Earth, Ra, Haru, and Akhet, that the Greeks corrupted the name and called it Sphinx, okay. But there you can see that Paul, and there you see an altar that's still there in the middle of the Pauls of Ra, Haru, and Akhet, where initiations took place at. In fact, there's a dream stela there. And on that dream stela, this massive colossal, we're talking about over 66 feet high and over 240 feet long, massive structure. And keep in mind that some of you now dating it possibly over 7,000 years ago, going back to the Bavarian age of ancient Kemet. That many of the European Egyptologists tried to bring it down to the fourth dynastic period, but even at that time period, there were no Europeans on the scene yet. But down through the millenniums, countless thousands, okay, of armies that came into Kemet, they had to look up at this huge African colossal right there in the northeast corner. Now, here we can go back to an early period where symbolically, Rahu, Haru, and Akhet symbolized raising the Nisu, or raising the king, okay, to life. In fact, the dream stela that's put there by Ben Keperad Tuhimedes IV is called the dream stela because he fell asleep by this massive colossal. And Rahu, Haru, and Akhet came to him in sleep and said, if you dig me from the sand, I will make you the next king, okay, or Nisu. And so he dug him from the sand. That tells us that periodically down through the millenniums that this colossal has been covered in sand. And he digs him from the sand, he becomes the next king. So this is where the whole idea of the Grand Master's grip of the lion's paw. So the Grand Master's grip of the lion paw goes back to a very early period and even predating Menkaperad Tuhimedes IV of the 18th dynasty. I know some people may be hearing these names, never heard these names. We're familiar with people like Solomon and David, and these are Hebrew names, okay? And one may even question many of their historical validity, but that's a whole nother story within itself. But here, this great colossal here, it goes back to a time period symbolically even of the great king Haru. Now, Haru represents in the spiritual story of ancient Kemet, it becomes the foundation of ancient Kemet. Haru and the spiritual story is based off of the whole idea of his spiritual father, and that is Asar, and his holy mother, and that being Aset, who was born of Immaculate Conception. And I'm going through the story very quickly. And here Asar was murdered by his evil brother, Set. Okay, this is long before the Cain and Abel story. So down through the spiritual stories of ancient Kemet, symbolically, Haru symbolically is raising his father to life. It's told in a cosmic story, okay? Symbolically, when the sun rises in the east, and as the sun rises in the east, symbolizing Leo the lion, that corresponds to that colossal statue, is in the form of a lion, is symbolically going back to his father. Symbolically, he's raising his father to life. This predates the story of Solomon and Hiram Abiff by thousands of years. Okay. So when brothers are doing ritualistic stories in terms of doing rituals of walking from the west side of the room to the east side of the room, that is nothing but a copy, okay, where he's been raised, okay, symbolically by the Grand Master's grip of the lion's paw of Solomon. It had nothing to do with Solomon. It goes back to ancient Kemet. And when we look at, like, I don't care what these institutions are, you have to look at who they're deifying. People say, well, some of these institutions, the churches, the Masonic lodges, they have done good things. Well, I'm sure that white folks don't mind a lot of these good things being done as long as you're deifying them. Okay, whether you're deifying a white Jesus in the church, or whether you're deifying, images of a God that don't look like your ancestors. Okay, so here we see that even in the Masonic lodge, we have what is known as the architect God of the universe. And this is another story that's told in the Masonic lodge. And the architect God of the universe is always symbolic of a white guy coming out the sun, okay, that our ancestors called Ra. And he's kneeling on the square. He got a long white beard, and he's referred to as the architect God of the universe. Well, again, that idea of the architect God of the universe is coming out of ancient Kemet. Here we see the spiritual netter in ancient Kemet, going back to the Old Kingdom and the so-called pre-dynastic period that Petrie calls it. Here we see the spiritual deity is called Ptah, who is known as the architect, spiritual divinity of the universe. Here we see Ptah is creating the universe, the idea of let there be light. This is long before a Hebrew story of a Jehovah God saying, let there be light. Ptah is always shown as jet black, okay, in anthropomorphic or human form, okay. Now he's jet black because, again, he represents the cosmic universe itself. He's the one that says, let there be light.
Right.
Long before the story was told in the Hebrew story of let there be light. So here we see Ptah being the architect of the universe. So having the images of a Masonic god in a white form, okay, in a Masonic lodge, with brothers are deifying. Here again, this continues to keep locked up their whole ancestral spiritual genetic memory bank. And so again, even though secretly Europeans have studied the spiritual Shishata, as they refer to as the mystery system, as the early Greeks called it, the mysterion, they secretly studied this and still study it.
Yes.
So it came to the West as the Scottish Rite Lodge and the York Rite Lodge and the Royal Arch degree. These are the various degrees that the Masons have in their Masonic lodge. And many of them say they can't give up the secret, not realizing the secret is their ancestral knowledge. That's the secret.
Exactly.
I mean, the white folks have kept the secret. In fact, in the Royal Arch degree, they actually, and also in the York Rite degree, they actually drink from a human skull, okay? This is called the blood oath, okay? And the blood oath was symbolic. At one time, they drank blood from this skull. Now it's wine that they pass around to each other, okay, that they will not give up the secret, okay? And what secret is this? That is the African Kemetic ancestral secrets, some of the secrets that I'm talking about right now.
That's right.
So many of the brothers in the lodge have been a caboose of just parroting, okay, with their white masters of talking about in the lodge, that they can't give up this, they will not give up the secret of where they stole the ancestral knowledge from the fallopian tube of Africa. Yes. From the Nile Valley, that we see the symbols permeate throughout all of the Western world, all right? Even right down here in Dallas, Texas, where I'm at. And once we are able to understand the symbols and know the symbols, we can understand that our story in Africa speaks to us all the time. Yes. All right, now here you got Dallas, Texas. It's a big Scottish Rite town, all right? When I first came here you have a tekenu, okay? Now, some people say tekken. Tekken is just what it is, a tall structure, but a tekenu means it's erect. It's like saying penis. You could say penis. When you say erect penis, what comes in your mind? It's erect.
Right.
If I can use that analogy.
Right. Yes, sir.
Tekenu, it means it's erect. It's straight up. Right. Well, here on this skyscraper, it's got a big X on it. It has nothing to do with St. Andrew's Cross. That is the X that's on all the spiritual divinities like Asar that symbolize his resurrection. Right. Then you got a big ball. Okay, one of the skyscrapers, a big ball representing Ra, and the skyscraper's got pyramids on top of it. And in fact, at high noon, one of the lights of the skyscraper pierces through one of the skyscrapers, symbolizing the helical rising of a star called Septa. And that star that the Greeks referred to as Sothis and the Romans referred to as Ceres, that represented a set. And that's the whole spiritual idea that our ancestors understood, because it was in that importance that they saw that when that star rose in meridian, it told them and kept the spiritual story of Asar and Aset and Haru alive. Haru personifying the sun, Aset personifying the star system Septa, and Asar representing the constellation of Orion. And this is very important because when the Masons copied that, this is how Francis Hopkinson came up with the making of the American flag. All right. So the very fact that that flag is red, white, and blue is based off of the helical rising of the star Septa, because when it rose in the meridian, it first turned red, then white, and then blue. When I take our groups to the temple of Medina Habu, and this is a very important temple because you still see the paint on the temples. Right. And there you see the goddess Aset on the temple. And above her head, you can see the red, white, and the blue. And people ask, well, why do they have the red, white, and blue up there? I said, because that's the helical rising of the star Septa that represents a set. Okay. That America, when Francis Hopkinson was designing the American flag, okay, being a Mason himself, copied that idea that represents that. So these are the spiritual stories that our ancestors saw that goes back thousands of years. So when they talk about the third degree, the master Mason, Well, those masters go back to Kemet, like Imhotep,
Mm-hmm.
who built the world's first stone building.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, that structure was closed for many years, Brother Simon, and
Yes.
never opened. And recently they opened it in 2021, and we were told that our group was the first one to go inside of this structure over 5,000 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I
Wow.
mean, we're walking inside of a structure over 5,000 years ago.
Wow.
So one got a question, okay? Was there a Judaism religion that exists yet? No. Was there a Hiram Abiff story, okay, in Solomon? Did it exist when this structure was built? No.
Mm-hmm.
Was there a Christianity? Did it exist yet? No. Was there a Western world and Western Freemasonry? Did it exist yet? No, did not exist. That structure, the world's first stone building, that our group, and I will reveal that in my presentation and
Yes,
show
sir.
the information and sacred knowledge on that.
That's
Okay.
right.
So
That's
as we
right.
travel around and see these pyramids and step pyramids, you go up into St. Louis, and there you got Imhotep. Here we see this Grand Master Imhotep, who was a multi-genius, a physician 2,000 years before Hippocrates, okay, knew the anatomy of the body long before the Roman Galen, okay, but yet a sister who broke down and cried on the trip. And I said, why are you crying? She said, I'm a doctor, I'm a physician. And I was taught about Asclepius. And she didn't know that Asclepius was this multi-genius Imhotep, this black man who built the world's first stone building for his Nisu king, Zoser of the third dynastic period. We're talking about the first golden age because this is the time that our ancestors are starting to build these great mergs. All right. And here it's in a form of a step, symbolically for Zoser to climb the staircase to heaven. This is long before the mythological biblical story of Jacob's ladder climbing the staircase to heaven.
Yes.
So this has been the fear that as long as we are trapped and caught within the circumference of white supremacy and trapped within their circumference of 2,000 years and thinking within a 2,000 years diameter, then of course we are still slaves, okay? As long as we're still worshiping and deifying their whole Western world and Western concept of masonry, or whether that's Christianity, this time we're coming with masonry, so that's what I'm talking about now, then we are still slaves, mental slaves, okay,
Yes,
Brother Simon.
Yes.
When we see that the Masons talk about the fourth degree, okay, and the fourth degree is a key. And that same key is on the dollar bill, by the way, right of George Washington's face, and symbolizing to unlock the secret. And that's what we're going to do in the lecture that's coming up. We're going to unlock these secrets.
That's right.
Reveal and show a comparative analytical analysis, brother.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And showing a comparative analytical analysis, okay, that we're going to show what many brothers have in masonry, the symbols, but we're also going to show where they actually got it from. We're going to show the books in stone, the release. Because one thing that when I traveled through Kemet, and I remember my first trip to Kemet, you're going to be in awe. The temples that I'm going to take you away.
Right.
But once I start focusing in on the reliefs, that's when I was able to see many ideas and concepts. And we're over there on the books in stone to make sure that, we don't let the tour guides just, take over everything, because they're not going to talk about a lot of things that we need to know.
Right.
Right. And sometimes they don't even know about it. All right. So we show a comparative analysis and put the pictures up there and show where brothers and sisters can see where they stole these ideas from. For instance, there's one relief at the temple. Listen to what I'm saying here, Brother Simon. This temple is called the Hetch-Heteru.
Yes, sir.
Now, to translate that Hetch-Heteru, that means the White House of Heru. And what comes to your mind when I say the White House of Heru?
The White House in Washington, D.C. Come on.
White House in America.
Right.
So here now, when we look at the Hetch-Heteru, and then one of the reliefs I point out to brothers and sisters, here you see the symbol of Heru is in a form of a falcon, identical to that falcon that's on the dollar bill. Instead of having the olive branch and the arrows, okay, it has what is called the Shin symbol that represents eternity. Instead of having the Mogan Da'u, okay, sometimes referred to as the Star of David above the eagle's head that we see on the dollar bill, it has the symbol of Ra, okay. Now, also you'll see Heru, or the Nesu, the king personified as Heru, kneeling on the square. Okay, now he has one knee on the square, and also he has one arm over his heart, one arm up, okay. And what that represents, okay, again, the physical life that he's here now, as we know, the heart has to be put on the square of Ma'at, okay, that you're telling the Makaru, that you're telling the truth, your truth of words when you go into the spiritual realm in the hall of Ma'at. And the arm representing that spiritual resurrection, that your heart would be judged right, okay, that you did not have Isfet, evil in you to go into the spiritual realm. So you see the Nesu on the square. So can we imagine, brother? Imagine if Copenhagen knew that. Imagine if Copenhagen had showed that relief on national television and said, I'm going back to my ancestors because here we see the king kneeling on the square. It represents truth, justice, and righteousness. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
At the same time, George Washington and the Capitol building is kneeling on the square at Valley Forge. So we didn't understand that a lot of that symbolism that white folks was getting fearful of the fact that, wait a minute, by the fact that they're taking this knee is a Kemetic symbol that was stolen and ended up in Western Freemasonry. It originally represented truth, justice, and righteousness. And that's on the books in stone that our ancestors put there over 3,000 years ago. Wow. Kneeling on the square. So these are some of the important things that we have to reveal.
Yes, sir.
When we're over there, and then also that we're going to reveal in the lecture.
That's right.
Where many of these ideas and symbols, after all, the very thing that we pass around all the time, that when Roosevelt in 1934, what did he do? Okay, even though what's his name, Barton and Francis Hopkinson and others were using symbols from ancient Kemet, they were all Masons. Okay. Right. And so when they were establishing these various symbols and so forth, and Thomas Jefferson and also Benjamin Franklin, he wanted a turkey to be on there. They didn't want a turkey. But anyway, they came up with, in fact, John Adams, he wanted Hercules to be on the seal. And then also Thomas Jefferson wanted the Moses crossing the Red Sea to be on the seal. Okay. To keep it with the mythological, allegorical story that some Jews were enslaved in Egypt, and there was no documentation nowhere where any Jews were enslaved in Egypt, and nowhere in Kemet on the reliefs and the monuments, no Jews had nothing to do with building the pyramids. But it was Roosevelt in 1934 who decided to put, not to use the Greek mythology, not to use the biblical mythology, okay, on the seal, and on the dollar bill, but to use what? Africa. Use what in Africa? The Great Myrrh, the Great Pyramid of Akhet Khufu. Akhet Khufu means Khufu in the horizon. And let me say his whole name, Akhet Khnum Khufu, because Khnum was the spiritual netter that came up out of Ta-Nehisi, or what is referred to as Nubia, all the way from the south, down in the jet black part of Kemet. Okay, that's where he's coming from. All right, not from no extraterrestrials that had nothing to do with building these structures. So again, when Roosevelt, that's how we see that dollar bill got that, why it got the pyramid on it. Okay, right. That's what they decided on. They didn't decide on biblical mythology. They didn't decide on the Greek Hercules. They decided on what? Africa.
Right.
Okay. Right. They wanted to America to stand the test of time of thousands of years, like ancient Kemet. Okay, and Kemet, by the way, also, and that's some of the other things out here. People saying, it wasn't called Kemet. Well, Kemet is right there on the temples. It's right there on the reliefs that our ancestors used the blackest substance of coal. Okay, didn't have the vowel subsystem, and then putting the vowels in it. That's how we get the word Kemet. Okay, but it's right there using the blackest substance of coal. Right. And again, depending on what area we are in, Kemet, Tamari would be the lower part, and then Ta-Nehisi would be the upper part that Strabo refers to as Nubia.
People that's just tuning in, Baba can't stay with us for 2 and 3 hours. We only doing, and we almost finished, family. Do you want any questions, Baba? Real quick, we got 10
we can take some questions, brother, because we're gonna now keep in mind. Right. I love to show visual documentation because, of course, we can say a few things, but it's nothing like seeing it. And again, this involved many years of research and travel, and so again, we're going to deal with this information. And the brothers who are in the craft, okay, they can come out
Yes.
All right. I've lectured in Masonic lodges and many lodges, okay, around the country.
And the women.
Brothers
And the
have been
women.
awakened, but we've got to go back to our ancestral knowledge. We cannot continue to be the caboose, all right, to white folks' Western Freemasonry that they have corrupted from ancient Kemet.
You know, and it meant, you know, people, the Eastern Star, because they mimicking.
Well, my mother, peace be upon her, I brought her back to Kemet, and she's an Eastern Star. Okay, even though they corrupted the Eastern Star and turned it upside down.
Yes,
that star represents a set. The Eastern Star represents a set. It goes back to what I said earlier about the helical rising of the star Septa. Okay, that the Greeks referred to as Sothis and the Romans Ceres. All right, that is the Eastern Star. All right, now they've turned it upside down because their misogyny against their own women, okay, and how they looked at women, okay. Now we see the star has been upside down. In fact, that star is now the symbol of what they refer to as the Baphomet. All right, the Baphomet, okay, that when the star is Baphomet representing, as they refer to as the devil. All right, but again, that's the corruption. Okay, that whole Eastern Star is a corruption of the goddess Aset. All right, and the star was not turned upside down. So that is the female order, okay, in the Masonic Lodge that they refer to as the Order of the Eastern Star, which is the goddess Aset.
Someone's asking, James is asking, what building in Dallas were you speaking about? Speaking of,
we're talking about the skyscraper.
Yeah,
skyscrapers, downtown Dallas. If anybody brings up downtown Dallas, you'll see the Tekanu, big pointed with a big X on it. Okay, you'll see Ra. Okay. Sun, okay, that's symbolizing, you go downtown Dallas, you see pyramids, you see, so again, that symbolized, the Tekanu symbolized the resurrection because our ancestors used symbols, okay? It's not about phallic worship, it symbolized the resurrection of Asar. And the resurrection of Asar was the best image and representation to have because what happens to us right before sunrise?
We erect.
You get an erection. If you're a black man, you get an erection.
Right.
If you're on the other side, it ain't gonna happen. But
anyway, you get an infection. I'm sorry. But
that's why we got to keep it. That's why we got to keep it real.
Exactly. But any more questions, family? If you ain't got no more questions, I can let my mama go because we know he's a busy man, and of course we're
going to have a good time at the lecture. And again, we want to go back to that beginning. In that beginning, we gotta, we have to go back to the Twa, and I visit the Twa, and why they are so important, King Simon, is because they are the ones that started the Shishada system. Okay? Their observation, the Dr. Ben has pointed this out, and some Europeans like Churchward, in his book, The Signs and Symbols of Primordial Man, and in Kemet he was called Bess. And there you see he's on the temples. Okay, you see him on the temple of Heteru, and again on the birthing colonnades, because again Kemet knew their beginning. They knew where their beginning was at. They didn't see their beginning in outer space. All right, they didn't see their beginning outside of Africa. They looked to the Kui land. They looked to the original spirit land, okay, of Inner Africa, where these little Twa came from. So you see them on the temple. They're the ones that brought this spiritual system, who laid down the spiritual system. So we always make sure that we point them out and talk about the little Twa that's on many of the columns, okay? And why are they associated with what is referred to the Mimizi house? The Mimizi house represents birth. And they represent that early beginning. They represent that early birth. And some even can say that even the spiritual Neter Ptah, okay, was actually the Twa, okay, of that early beginning. And when we used to do our tours in Ghana back in the 90s, and I remember I was way out in the village, and a brother had one of the, he was doing a dance, and he took me inside the shrine, and I was shocked because when I went inside the shrine, here I'm looking at a carving of the Twa that's identical to what I saw in Kemet. And he said, this is our God, okay, that once lived everywhere. So, I mean, so we see this spiritual system out all over the world. So we talked about a few things here tonight.
Yes, sir. And so someone's asking if you do any anything in Dallas locally?
I'm sorry, we said again?
Do you do anything in Dallas locally?
We have lectured in Dallas. We, we're slowly coming out of this pandemic, okay? And so we are starting the lectures back up again. Like I said, your lecture is the these actually the second lecture that I've done. The first one was about a year ago, which
Right.
I've enjoyed this space and time though. I've enjoyed not
Of course.
lecturing it because it gave me time to work on some things and put some things together. Because you're moving around a lot, you can't do a lot of things that you want to do.
Right.
It's giving me more time to spend time with the family.
Right.
And so that's very important, because when you're out here over the years, over the road, there's a lot of times the family can suffer when you about being out on the road. But it's good that I have a Netta Hemp, a queen, to be on my side, Mary Raw, that we do this together. So that makes it a lot better to travel together.
Always is asking, I would like the prayer for a divine husband.
Sorry, was that again, brother?
This sister said she would like a prayer for a divine husband.
A netter hedge,
Right?
All right.
Exactly.
All right. We'll make sure that black divinity is coming from us.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that black deity, that black God. Okay.
So someone just asked, what's the average price for the trip to Kemet with you?
Well, the price varies. In fact, that's why we take a little time before we put our prices up, because we go back and forth. We try to get the best price that we possibly can.
Yes, sir.
We want brothers and sisters at the grassroots level in all walks of life, even though we get many professional people who travel with us, but we also want to make sure we get grassroots brothers and sisters who travel with us as well.
Yes.
So a lot of times they make the biggest difference, all right, in terms of going on to do bigger and better things. Not to say that professional brothers and sisters don't, but it does make a very impact on all of us. So again, we're working with the prices now. Those will go to my website at kemetnew.com. That's KEMET.com.
Okay.
And you'll see the brochure up there. The itinerary is the same. Okay. We'll have the new prices up at the end of October, beginning of November. And for those of you who would like to have that brochure or be put on the list, you can email us at kemetnew@yahoo.com. Okay, and then we'll put you on the list. Now, one thing about our tours, okay, and giving thanks to brothers and sisters who love traveling with us, our tours do fill up. In fact, we were filled up in February. All right, and we have to do 2 tours in the summer. Generally, we had 115 people on each tour, so that was 230 people. So we had to do 2 separate tours, and it's been like that for many, many years. And that lets us know that we're doing the right thing, doing Mary Rod, and what we're doing, that brothers and sisters who want to travel back with us.
Okay, so the website is kemetnew.com.
I'm sorry, was that again, Brother Simon?
The website is www.kemetnew.com. That's right.
Yes, sir, we have it right up there.
And kemetnew@yahoo.com. That's to get in contact.
The website is kemetnew.com.
Yes, the
right,
website
that's the website, and there you'll see a lot of the information that we have over there. So, like, it's been 41 years, so you're not going over with somebody that doesn't know what they're doing, okay, or doesn't know the sites and the places and so forth. So we lecture every day, all right? Before you get to the site, you're going to know a lot of information even before you get to that site.
Right,
okay?
right.
So also you could go to our website, and we have the digitals now.
Yes.
Because the things are going to digital. So our new information is in digital, all right? So we have the lectures that was based off of what we do over there in Kemet.
Yes,
so a lot of my older stuff, I still keep it on DVD because, we still got to make sure that some of the old, how the older stuff was back in the day, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, I do. I know.
We were straightforward, considering that I'm in the Kemetic zodiac, I would be Sekhmet. Okay.
Right.
They call it the centaur in Greek.
Right.
But I would be Sekhmet, so that's fire.
Right.
So I can't help myself when I get fired up sometimes. so
So
I was born this way.
that's right. Some people, somebody asked if any lectures coming to New York now. I'm gonna see
Well,
if I
that's
can
up to
make that
King.
happen.
Well, you got to talk to you now, brother.
Now, I'm gonna see if I can make that happen because we got Nicholas still in certain places.
I started lecturing in New York. Actually, who brought me in was Kabir Mikara and a brother named Banu. But Kabir Mikara, his name is Wesley Snipes. He was the one who brought me in back in the 80s.
Yeah.
All right. And also First World. Peace be upon Sister Kepa.
Yes.
And Brother Bill Jones of First World. So this is not new. We've been coming to New York for a long time. And now King Simon is picked up the mantle, and he's holding it down up there in New York now.
Yeah, and in Georgia now too. So I'm gonna talk to my peoples in New York and see what we could do, and talk to you, see which one is good for you. Yeah, we need them in Brooklyn. Somebody said we need them in Brooklyn. Mr. G said we need them in Brooklyn. Thank you, Mr. G.
Right now, I would say we would have to do it in the spring, okay? Because
Yes, we can make it happen.
I try to monitor everything now. I don't try to be out there.
Right,
I mean, at one time, man, I was flying all over the place. And especially when I lived on the West Coast, fly to the East Coast and fly back, and the next day flying back to the East Coast. So I don't do
right.
Or Midwest. So we try to pace ourselves now. So but we are honored that brother, that you are doing this African history.
Yes, sir.
And also masonry.
Yeah, people are asking
down in Atlanta on Stone Mountain. This is
Stone
my
Mountain,
first time being on top of Stone Mountain. This must be a very special place, brother.
Yes, but it's
King Simon's up there, so it must be special.
It's 25 minutes away from Atlanta, getting you away from that area, what's going on down there. And although, Confederates are up there, the Confederates, one thing about, I got to respect.
We're going to deal with the Confederate too, okay?
Yeah,
we're going to deal with the Confederate Operation, Albert Pike, and
but one thing about the Confederates,
dogmas, all that Kemetic knowledge, yeah.
One thing about the Confederates, they don't promote a lot of the other stuff that's going on in Atlanta. So you got to be very careful coming up in here with that madness. I just let you know. So I tell people about, the whole boogery and all the stuff that's going on down there.
It's a secret black society while we're there, right?
Exactly. It's all black. It's a black owned and operated. We in Stone Mountain Village family. And again, Baba Kwesi, I want to thank you. It is now 8 o'clock. I don't want to keep you too long. Big up to Pharaonics.
Time goes so fast. So
yes,
I'm honored for the audience, and hope that brothers and sisters, will get a lot out of this, and we'll definitely get a lot more by actually being there.
But one thing I want to share before we get off, I want to tell people how they should get tickets. They can get tickets via my website, my link tree right here. As you can see, that's my link tree, family. All you have to do is go to link tree, and you'll scroll down at my link tree / King Simon, the numero Veda, and you'll see Baba Ashra Kwesi in Red Pill in Georgia. All you have to do is click that link, and it will take you directly to the ticket sales right there on Eventbrite. Tickets was $25. Now it's $35. I gave y'all early bird. Now it's $35. It's $40 at the door right now. I mean, and when you come to the door, but it's $35 right now. And people are buying up, and they're always doing the last minute. And if you don't want to go through Linktree, you can do Cash App and you can do PayPal, but you must text me your name and your full name. That's going to be on your ID, so I can put your name on the list, the PayPal and Cash App list, so we can have my peoples at the door check and make sure you're the person who you say you are. And it's a cash door, so don't come there with we not doing swiping, nothing that. You got to bring cash if you come to the door, but you can pay through these PayPal and Cash App links. But everybody inside will have Cash App and PayPal if you want to support the vendors. Are you bringing any books, Baba? Are you bringing any books?
Yes, we'll bring our material.
Yes,
sir.
And I can't wait, because I know, I got the last, I know I have it up here. I wanted to show people, but I got so much, because I move, I have a lot of stuff in boxes. So I just, Baba, when you're moving, you know what it is. But
again, I know what that's all about.
Again, Baba, I want to thank you very much, family. And also, he's going to be in Baltimore. So big up to the Baltimore crew.
We got a few. Well, considering that you got people, you're on this Zoom, I got my calendar here. Let me get a couple places.
Yeah, he gonna be Brother Jabari too. He's gonna be.
That's my hometown, by the way, Brother Marshall. Okay, if you're in the Pittsburgh area, okay. I'll be doing the African origin of Christianity in Pittsburgh. Okay, should I give the information out?
Yeah, give the day. We'll give the day.
That's October 19th. That's Brother Marshall, 724-205-9376.
Right.
And Brother Terrence in Durham, North Carolina. If you're in that area. Brother Terrence is 919-423-6337. Okay, that's in North Carolina. I'm just going to do one more, brother. I'm going to take up all the time.
Where's Brother Jabari? Where's Brother Jabari?
Brother Jabari. You got to get to Brother Jabari. He's on the front line.
Shout him out, right? Shout him out. That's my brother.
November the 12th. His number is 410-303-4120. And also, let's go back to Brother Simon, October 9th. Atlanta, 347-496-1022.
Yes, right. And you'll be coming to New York in spring.
Not Atlanta.
It's 25 minutes away. We got free parking. We got food. Everything. Vendors are going to be right there. Professor Griffith's vending, red pill, blue pill, mama pill. Everybody going to be in the building supporting and be right there, be able to watch the lecture. And then we'll have breaks in between. And Ben Baba's going to go in, and then we'll break at the end and close out. He'll sign his books, whatever he got that he's going to show and spread love. His daughter will be there taking care of the table. So we're going to have a good time.
Yeah,
my children.
My I'm used to my netto hemp, my divine wife being with me, but we have a new granddaughter, so we didn't want any babysitters. We didn't want the COVID thing, so she's babysitting, and also we're taking care of my father-in-law. I just hope I can be as good as him. He's 99 and he's strong.
Wow,
I mean,
wow, keep it wow. That's powerful.
So she, because I know originally you wanted her to be there too. We generally lecture together.
Yes, that's right.
So the next time, we can work that out.
Maybe we could do it in New York or do it in definitely come back to Georgia. I definitely want the great Ashra Kwesi to be in the building.
We get our plate clear a little bit and everything will be fine, right? Yeah.
Yes. So thank you, Baba, all the time, and tell her, give her my love, spread my love to her and all. And of course, look out for him on Professor Griff's show. Look out for him at Oyama Art show. We're looking to get him on Brother Rich show. So let's do what we got to do.
Brother, you're gonna give me some time, brother.
I'm gonna keep you popping, brother. I'm working you, brother. It's all promotion, brother. No promotion
lined up, and Sister Dr. Ma'at. Okay,
Dr. Ma'at,
can we hold it up right there?
Yeah, one more would be good. Just one more. Let me get Rich in there. Rich will be beautiful.
I'm trying to defy the physics of time. I'm trying to get 40 out of 24.
All right, brother. No problem, Mama. Go again. Thank you very much, man. Thank you, my brother. All right, Hotep.
Brother. Many thanks, brother. Okay.
Thank you, brother. Love you, man. Take care. Peace and love. Hotep. That was our Baba, man. We know. I'll keep them working. They know. I'll keep them working. I will keep them working to promote, man. I am the author of this book here, family. I am the author of No Promotion is Bad Promotion, All Publicity is Good Publicity. I am the author, so I'll keep them working. I keep them working. That's me all day, every day. Make sure y'all go to his website. This is his website right here. Make sure you go to Baba Ashra Kwesi's website and enjoy the website, of course, and go book your trips if you want to go. This is another website of theirs. This is his email. This is his PayPal. You can pay for the trip via PayPal if you want, or bank Zelle, and I think they got all kinds of other stuff, all kind of apparatuses. So make sure you support. Again, you can actually, if you want to, go to my link tree. All right, go to my link tree, family. If you want to go to my link tree, you're welcome to go to my link tree, and you'll get to see the links. The link tree will take you straight to Eventbrite, and this is the Eventbrite page right here. Yes. Right now it is $35 and $40 at the door, or last minute tickets are $40 if you pay through Linktree. You just have to show, if you pay through Eventbrite, you just have to show me your ticket when you pay through Eventbrite the day of, $40 the day of. But at the door, it's going to be a cash door, so make sure y'all come, because I have to take care of the venue, pay off the balance of the venue and make sure Baba Ashra Kwesi is taken care of with his balance and all that stuff. So you know what it is, family. Most things is all online, so it definitely won't be that much at the door. So I'm letting y'all know. So if y'all do want to come through, go get your tickets right now. Go to Linktree. Go to Linktree. Let me put up the Linktree link right now. That's the Linktree link right now. And it's also in the chat. I'm putting it in the chat right now so y'all can get it. It's in the chat right now. So if you want, you can also go there. I'm trying to get him on Brother Rich show. If Brother Rich can't get him out, it's all right. Brother Rich, that's my brother. So I'm already advertising on there. But remember, get tickets for Ashra Kwesi's events right now through Linktree /King Simon, the numeral beta. That's https:// Linktree /King Simon, the numeral beta. What a great show we had. Yes, man. We had a great show. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. Did y'all enjoy the show? Put the number 1 in the building. Did y'all enjoy our legendary Baba Ashra Kwesi? Did y'all enjoy him? Man. Oh, man. Of course, this is the website. Go take his trips. Man, hey, hey, this is like traveling with Dr. Ben, family. If you don't know who Dr. Ben is, this is the next best thing. It's like traveling with Dr. Ben. If you want to spread love via my Cash App and PayPal, you're more than welcome to do so. Also, this is me. You can, for consulting and all that kind of stuff, you can text me at 347-496-1022. Let me play some smooth music as we get on out of here. All right. How y'all feeling, family? Woo! Yeah, we had a good time, family. I hope everybody's feeling well. This is your brother, King Simon. Thank you very much. Everybody putting it up there. Great show. Yes, Mr. G. Oh, yeah, don't forget. After my event, October the 9th, Mr. G and KT, the Arch Degree, is doing the darn thing. And this is their flyer right here. Yes, Atlanta will not be the same in November, just like Atlanta will not be the same in October. So Atlanta, when we do that tribute to Dr. Sebi, I want to get on that stage, Mr. G. Stop playing. Yes. I want to have some fun with the artists and tell them my little story with Dr. Sebi, man. You know me. So I hope I'm able to do that with Mr. G and KT, the Arch Degree, man. I'm part of the show, man. This is what we do. It's a ceremony, baby. It's a ceremony. Thank you for supporting Mr. G all the time. Make sure you get Mr. G's book. Go to his website, his travels, his journey with Dr. Sebi, man. He's doing it, Dr. Sebi Books. Go check it out. Go check out Mr. G all the time. Just Google up his book. It's on Amazon. They even got a nice little, they even got the, They also got, I think KT did the, actually did the audible. So big up to KT who did the audio book for that, okay? Again, family, don't forget, this is the event in October. Make sure you're there. Be there on time. Doors open at 2 o'clock. We start around 2:15 as we drop that libation. If you're a vendor, we're still looking for some more vendors. If you want to vend at the event, I don't care if you're wearing books or jewelry, whatever you got, t-shirts, whatever. No food, no drinks. We got the food and drink covered already. We're taking care of that because I don't want y'all going to the local pizza parlor up the box. So we got vegan, vegetarian food going to be in the building. We had a food sampling by the holistic food by Queen's Cuisine Atlanta. Oh man, she tore it up, man. She gave it to us, man. That vegan food was good. Had a good time. My two sons, Adara, and of course, Sister Rhonda, who will be serving with her. And just remember, we'll be in Florida. If you want to come out to Florida, we're going to be on point one day in Florida. I'm celebrating 27 years in promotion and production, my first event in Florida. So come on out, Billy Carson, Ellison Nedra, King Simon, Dina Divine, and Joshua Sarok. It's called the Cosmic 19 Alignment and Enhancement. That's the last Cosmic Alignment and Enhancement workshop in 2022. But this time I got some heavy hitters, Joshua Sarok and Billy Carson, and introducing Dina Divine for the first time with Ellison Nedra. Y'all know how she gets down, all right? So make sure you're there. If you're going to be in New York on the 24th, look who's going to be in the building. The one, the only, that beautiful sister is going to be in the building. Zaza Ali will be in the building. So make sure you go to Nicholas, Brooklyn, and that's at 1396 Fulton Street in Brooklyn, New York. And don't forget, we'll be bringing Ashra Kwesi to Brooklyn, New York. So look out for that in the spring. When it gets a little warmer. I'm not coming out there in the cold. I'm in Georgia now, so I ain't doing all of that. All right, so make sure you support that. All the time. Make sure you support that. And let me remind you, family, who's coming up next. Guess who's coming up next? We got Vicky Dillard coming in, the spiritual guru and on-air personality. Healing Journey continues on Sunday, September 25th, which is my daddy's birthday. My father's birthday is on that day. 9 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central Time, and 6 p.m. Pacific Time. We got her coming in, and look who we got coming in, family. Asir, the Duke of Tears, the legend, #legend. Asir, the Duke of Tears, man. Sunday, October 2nd. That's Sunday, October 2nd. The changing of the gods. We are the new elders. That's what we're going to speak on. We're going to drop it like it's hot with him. All right, so make sure you tune in. And don't forget, on Thursday, we got a special broadcast with Dr. Alicia Watkins, Thursday, October 6th. That's at 9 p.m. with Dr. Alicia Watkins. We want to be there. I want y'all to be there. I want y'all to have a good time. We're going to be talking about relationship, narcissism in relationship, male and female narcissism, toxic males and toxic females, and all of that we're going to talk about on Thursday, October the 6th. Want to support Brother Professor Griff? Of course, he got that new book out, You Are the Song You Sing. He'll be vending at my event on October 9th, so make sure y'all see Professor Griff on that table. Let him sign your book. He will sign the book if you're there, and all the books that he got, all right? So make sure y'all support Brother Professor Griff. And don't forget teesandtings.com, teesandtings.com. I'm going to see if she can send some t-shirts up and see if we can get some of those t-shirts selling over there. These are vegan tees, vegan sexy tees are nice. Big up to the beautiful Majida Majay, the one, the only journalist, writer, and activist. She's featured in my new website, and it's a blog and, of course, critique of the one, the only movie, The Woman King. So we're going to be dropping that, and it's already on my website, so look out for that. Lloyd-Strayhorn.com. Go to his website, get his free newsletter, monthly newsletter. Make sure you get his books. Make sure you get a session with him. Make sure you take his class. He's got 3 classes up now, so make up to Lloyd-Strayhorn.com. Also, I got a class on Udemy.com. Also, that's Udemy.com. Go to Numerovation at Udemy.com, and you'll find that I'm the only one doing Numerovation, family. That's how I do it. You know what I'm saying? And don't forget, 8-hour raw uncut course. If you want the 8-hour course, all you have to do is go to text me at 347-496-1022, the word course, and I'll hook you up. All right, show you how to get that 8-hour course so you can study on your own, so you'll know what's going on. All right. Also, don't forget, if you want to get any of my books, go to Linktree/King Simon the New Motivator, or go to Amazon. And if you want to do a session with me, my session list is in October right now. So if you book now, you'll be in October. 347-496-1022, 347-496-1022. All right. And don't forget, connect. Remember, content disclaimer. The views, comments, and opinions expressed by guest speakers or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel, broadcasters, and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. And don't forget, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, research. Fair uses are used permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. That's right, family. My goodness. I hope we had a great time. I hope y'all had a great time together. Getting ready to close out with Dr. Blair's prayer. Hope y'all had a great time. I hope y'all had a great time. I'm happy that Dr. Baba Ashra Kwesi came up and enjoyed. And right now we're getting ready to close out. So people who want to close out with me, Dr. Blair's prayers. This is Dr. Blair's prayers right here, right now. And remember, family, remember. Don't forget. Go to Dr. Blair's Legacy Shop. This is Dr. Blair's Legacy Shop. I understand Tony is coming in this weekend. Brother Tony is coming into Atlanta this weekend to help develop people's psychic abilities. So go to the website. You'll find out where he's coming in Atlanta right now. Tony is Dr. Blair's right hand and left hand man. After he left, he got everything going. www.themetacenter2.com. They got a big lecture happening right here in Atlanta. So make sure you go and support Brother Tony and the whole crew. And ready? We're going to shoot out with the prayer. We're going to shut down with the prayer. You ready? Take a deep breath, relax. Take a deep breath, relax. Take a deep breath, relax. Please, Universal Creator, know in my heart that I love you. Please protect me and this planet on which I live now. Please open my mind, my spirit, and my soul to receive only truth and your love now. I want to say it one more time for the people in the back. Close your eyes, relax. Let's think in a unified manner. Listen to my voice. If you can't say it with me, just listen to my voice. As I take it down one more time, I'm going to say it. This is Dr. Blair's prayer. Please, Universal Creator. Are you ready? Ja, Lee, 2. One more time. Please, Universal Creator, know in our hearts that we love you. Please protect us and this planet on which we live now. Please open our minds, our spirits, and our souls to receive only truth and your love now. Thank you, Dr. Blair, for all that you've done, all that you shared. Again, go to his legacy shop, show him some love, spread some love, give him some love. He's doing what he got to do in the ancestral realm. We got to do what we got to do in this physical realm. Much love to Dr. Blair all the time. Family, I'm so glad we had this time together just to have a laugh and learn some knowledge. Thanks to Baba Kwesi who came and dropped the info. Now it's time for us to say so long, goodbye, shalom, assalamu alaikum, hotel, alafia, peace, Islam. Take care, family. Y'all be safe, be strong, be healthy. Take care of yourself, man, and keep it locked. Don't touch that dial. You know it is. And I'll see you on the next side doing what we got to do. Next up will be the one, the only Vicky Dillard right here on King Simon Productions and King Simon Presents Only Quality People. Peace.
Hey, this is King Simon. Remember, make sure you go to my website, kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com, or Linktree at King Simon the Numero Beta. Get all 4 of my books, and of course, that's the Numerovation for Mental Stability. Numbers are simple, people are complicated. Numbers are simple, children's health is important, and no promotion is bad promotion. Just spell my name right. Make sure you get them now on all my links. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. Go now.
On Sunday, October 9th in Stone Mountain Village from 2 to 7 p.m. Papa Ashra Kwesi and the Red Pillar will be in Stone Mountain. Get your tickets through Linktree/King Simon the Numero Beta or text now at 347-496-1022. Get your tickets now. It's the Numerovational session with King Simon. Text your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022 and get my books on Amazon now. Hey, remember you can get my books also through Linktree.